Broadcasting live, 2K Sports presents the NBA. It's Monday night. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. It's Athens facing the home team. A look at the starting group for Athens. We've got Yurtseven, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the free spot. Here's Papanikolaou. Fournier with the screen on Hernan Gomez. Papanikolaou, the pass to Fournier. Three-pointer. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Well, Evan Fournier staying on the move and working to get that three-point opportunity. Nicely done.
To the wing on the left. He's guarded by Fournier. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now, here's Fournier. Pass to Papanikolaou. Fires the three. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
There's the triple. Another three for Athens.
Now the D giving him a little bit of space beyond the three-point line, and that's all the room he needs.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Out of bounds, Athens takes possession.
Athens ball.
Over to the wing. For the three. Osman kicks to Yurtseven. Clock at 6. From deep. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Here's Vezenkov. Pass to Papanikolaou. It's Fournier on the wing. And a miss there on the triple.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. That's good by Hernan Gomez.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Now Fournier from downtown connects from three-point range. Fournier's got 6 points.
Evan Fournier has proven over and over, you better get a hand up and contest from three, or he will make you pay.
Lucas, he's guarded by Fournier, and it's good for 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Pass to Vezenkov. That one goes. Counted.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
We've got 1:18 left to play here in the first.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Fall. Outside Fournier. Pass to Vezenkov. Outside Fournier. The 19-foot shot. It's hauled in by Athens.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
And here is Hernan Gomez. 36 seconds left in the first. Osman. Another shot. And Hernan Gomez with the lay-in. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Now here's Fournier. 6 points for him. Pass to Vizenko. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
Here's Osman from deep three-point territory, from beyond the arc and then some. Just 4 seconds left in the first quarter. Fournier for three. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Athens ahead. They lead by a bucket. And we'll get things started. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And guys, what's your take so far on Athens?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
I love the determination. They want to go after every rebound out there and overwhelming to the opposition right now.
Taking a look at Athens. 4 on the shot clock. Peters with the bucket.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
And a strong finish with 2 hands. You talked about a back and forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
Out to the wing. Here's Dorsey. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
And here's Nunn. Nothing on the board. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Defensive.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Athens.
And right from the jump, they've been working hard to establish themselves inside, using agility and power to get shots in the paint.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
They set the pick. There's the 3. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. And he drives in. Pass to Peters. Cans it from downtown. Peters has got 6 in the quarter.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
To the paint. Got a piece of it. Evans with it. And their offense is really clicking right now.
Playing with a lot of energy and really taking it to the defense.
It's deflected. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Evans.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Now, here's Nunn. Defense right on him. Just 5 to shoot. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And these are his second and third free throws tonight. And that free throw good from Nunn.
Nunn taking 2 shots.
And so Nunn nails both of them.
He does a great job of drawing contact and getting himself to the line, something he didn't do in the first period.
It's a close game here in Chicago. Dorsey in the post. He's covered by Brown. Dorsey, that's good.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Nunn looking around. To the middle. Peters grabs the miss. 1:49 left in the first half. Pass to Dorsey. There's a screen. Driving to the basket.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Here's Nunn. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. To the left wing. Here's Peters. 6 points for him. On deep, Evans hits the three-point foul. Evans has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Now, here's Nunn. D right on him. Fires for three. The three-pointer is right on target.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Evans against Nunn. Evans passes to Peters. Lots of room. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Peters has got 8 points here in this quarter. Athens trails by 6. Pass to Nunn. Inside. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Up by 4. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
With All-Star Weekend around the corner, let's see who's looking to bring down the rims at the dunk contest this year.
You know me, I'm a stickler for rating these competitions. If I've seen your dunk before, bad. Facing good shooters, you have to extend your defense early in the clock. Let those guys drain a few and get into rhythm. You're toast with the butter.
And that's all for us.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. We've got Evan Fournier, and it's Papanikolaou in at the small forward. It's hauled in by Athens. And for Athens, we've got Yurtseven, and it's Lucas in at the point. Here he goes.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
First personal foul, first team foul.
And the first one drops.
Home team, Panathinaikos. 2 shots.
And so he hits both. Athens trails by 4. There's Lucas into the lane. Fall with the rebound.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Here's Vezenkov. And a dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Fall with the rebound.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Foul, second team foul.
There's the screen. Now here's Fournier. Tight defense on him. 6 on the shot clock. pass to Vizenkov. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball.
At the line
And the home team has possession. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, if you want to win, of course, playing both ends of the floor is essential. Former Defensive Player of the Year Draymond Green says, we've seen teams for years make the mistake of thinking they could put a great offense out there and win. You run up against a team that's just competent offensively, but they play defense, you're going to lose. Kevin?
You got the 1-2 punch, as Draymond talks about. Man, that is something tough to get by. DA thanks. Fournier pass to Fall. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Athens.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
Fournier for 3. And it's Osman with the rebound.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Down low. And he slams it one-handed.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
And he just elevates and powers in the one-hand.
Textbook. 1:29 left in the third. Slukas passes to Osman. Pass to Yurtsevin. Just 5 on the clock. Fall with the rebound. Fall's got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside Fournier. It's up a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the oven. Fournier's got 9 points.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
.46 seconds left to play here in the third. Launches it. Athens gets it back in a new 14. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Athens moving the ball around. No good on the 3.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
Outside Fournier. It's Fournier on the wing. The wing jumper off target. Gets it off. The third quarter comes to a close. They're up by 7. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. And for Athens, to the right side. Now Dorsey lets the 3 fly. That shot is off, coming up empty for the second time this game. 4 for 6. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Grant, he's checked in for Athens. Grant on the wing. Sinks the triple. Grant's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
They set the screen. Dorsey. To the wing right side. Out of bounds. Athens takes possession. Here's a look at the schedule for Athens. On Wednesday, then on Friday.
And no secret that this team can be very tough in their own building. And that's good news as they are loaded up with home games over the next stretch. This is a chance to create some separation.
Gets it to go. That one good from Nunn.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
And Evans throws it down. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Driving inside. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Here's Nunn. Another 3 for Athens.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Here's Dorsey. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Now, here's Nunn.
Old team foul. Dorsey. First personal foul, second team foul.
And he makes the first.
To the away team. Nunn. 2 shots.
He's perfect from the line this time.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Brown is checked in for Athens. Fournier gets a wide open look. Gets the 3-pointer to fall.
So under control when he's shooting the basketball. Fournier just a natural scorer.
Now here's Nunn. He's guarded closely. And he dunks it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Evans kicks to Fournier. And the shot goes down.
The tested veteran coming through in a big-time moment. Evan Fournier, go ahead, sir.
There's 1:54 left here in the fourth quarter. Kicks it out to Grant. Sinks the 3-pointer. Grant's got the lead up to 2 now for Athens.
Looking to get stops late. That kind of defense ain't gonna cut it.
That's unacceptable. The hustle and focus on that end is not there for either side.
And here's Evans outside. Buries the long-range jumper. Evans has got 5 points in the quarter.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
And it is a major disadvantage down the stretch if you can't guard. This may just come down to who has the ball last. Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Pass to Peters. Now Evans. Here's the screen. And Evans throws it down hard.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Boy, as tight as this one is, that's a statement play saying, hey, listen, we're not here to back down from you guys.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
He sinks the clutch free throw.
A great job to get the bucket and to get to the line. When the game's on the line, you want your guys attacking like he did there.
Pass to Fournier. Cans the 3.
Well, the seasoned pro, no letting the defense impede his progress in a clutch moment. Nice.
Home team foul. Evans. First personal foul. Fourth team foul.
He doesn't hit the first, and that plays the one they really want. He's got one more, though, and he does get the second one, and that brings them within 2 here.
Only down 2 now, but that miss might come back to haunt you. If they don't get a stop, it's back to a 2-possession game.
Evans attacking. Right side Fournier, and taken away by Brown.
Points are an absolute must here.
And no time to waste, not at this point in the game.
And they go to the intentional foul.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Good on the first, and that narrows the gap to 1. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
How fantastic was that? One mistake and the game's over, but he gets it done.
And your breaker is
Here's Fournier. Pass to Evans. Over none. Yes!
Well, what a job. Punching the ball to the interior and finishing in the paint. Nice.
And Athens calls time here. In terms of strategy here, any thoughts?
I don't think they should be greedy here and think about a triple. With this much time left, I'd attack the basket, get a high percentage shot in tight, and take my chances in overtime.
substitution on the court.
Here's Osman. Misses the 3. And so the home crowd treated to a win. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finishes.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We have a Monday night of basketball for you. Brian Anderson here. With me tonight are analysts Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Boban Marjanovic out there with Nico Melli. Then there's Hayes, and it's Baldwin in at the point. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Vezinkov. Fires in the triple.
And that gets us rolling. Ooh, what a tremendous atmosphere in here tonight.
And sometimes getting that first bucket puts momentum in your corner, but we'll just have to see.
And that one is stuffed right through.
Ooh, putting on a show for the fans. Going up for the graceful reverse.
Oh, that had a little extra sauce on it, Grant. Now here's Fournier. Pass to Fall. Back to Fournier. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
How about the bounce?
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied. Lets the three fly. It's hauled in by Fall.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in this one. Here's Papanikolaou. He's defended by Hayes. Pass to Vezinkov. Second chance effort. Drained it for 2 points. Vezinkov's got 5 points. Hayes with a screen. Here's Baldwin on the take. Can't connect from short range. On the wing, Fournier. And here they come. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And you can tell they're in sync right now. Expertly turning the steal into fast break points.
Pass to Vezinkov. Three-pointer. And he can't get that one. Here's Baldwin. Here's the three. He's looking good. 2 buckets in 3 attempts.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Away team foul. Beveridge. First personal foul. First team foul.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Here's Fournier. Here's Papanikolaou. He's defended by Hayes. Gets the three to Fall.
Defensively, gotta close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
2 minutes remaining.
Puts up a three. Sinks the tray. Give him 8 points now. Baldwin's gone 2 for 2 from distance tonight. We've got 1:48 left in the first quarter of the game. Fournier for 3. It's hauled in by Marjanovic.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Here's Baldwin. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Here's Vezinkov. 5 points in the game. There's the drive. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
With 2 hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way. Baldwin, pass to Marjanovic. Hayes inside. And the 17-footer goes down.
And you got to defend better than that. I mean, that's a good look for him.
See, this is what analytics don't take into account. Some guys thrive in the mid-range. Really depends on the shooter. It's actually kind of lazy.
Here's Fall. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
There's 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Now here's Hayes. He's closely guarded. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. 4-3. Knocks down the long J.
There was a time you could get yelled at for taking a 3 like that, but now it's a great decision, and it paid off.
Out left to the wing. Here's Melli. And a miss there on the triple. Right side Fournier. Here's Vezinkov, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
The baskets were coming early and often. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, it's simple. When you can dominate the boards at both ends, you can control the second chance touches.
And rebounding numbers, sometimes we overlook them, but they can have a big effect on the
Shooting for the away team.
First one falls for him.
Wilbekin.
Cold shot's good from the stripe.
He's making the most of every trip to the line, providing for his team.
Here's Evans. Here's Peters. There's the triple. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
And they come right back with their own three-pointer. He's got 5.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not. And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. Down low. There's the steal. Here's Dorsey. No made baskets yet.
And just wasn't able to set up in time.
First personal foul. First team foul.
To the left side wing. Pure from three-point range.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending. That's his second, and I think they'll keep him in, but he's got to be careful. A third, and he'll sit for the rest of the half.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter. Basket's good. So it's the home team now. 6-point lead. Takes the 3. No luck on that one. Pass to Guduric. Fires the 3, and the three-pointer goes.
They're having more success with the three-point shot here in the second quarter as they try to cut into this lead.
The crossover. Here's Dorsey. Second shot opportunity. Rebounded by Birch.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
Here in quarter 2, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. This one for 3. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one. It's a neck-and-neck game in Chicago. Here's Evans. Blocked! And the ball ends up out of bounds. Now keep possession! Pass to Dorsey. Here's Evans. From deep.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Here's Dorsey. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll head to the line for 3.
Good defensive intensity, but you have to stay in control always.
And the second free throw is good. And he nails the third.
And here in the second quarter, he's starting to work himself to the free throw line. That's a good move.
1:49 left in the half. Intercepted. They've got numbers. Here's Evans. He's scoreless to the paint. And Dorsey gets it to go.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
And there's the screen. Out to the wing. There's a minute 12 left in the first half. 6 to shoot. And he lays it up and in.
No settling for an outside shot there. They went right to the hoop.
Launches it. Nails it from 3. He's got 6.
Hey, you leave him open, he's going to make the defense pay for that level of disrespect.
And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. A chance here to extend the lead to double digits.
And that would really give them a comfortable cushion.
Here's Peters. Pass to Dorsey. From behind the arc. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Off with the layup.
I'm not sure what happened there. His family's in the building. I don't know. You have to finish those.
That's tipped. Pass to Guduric. Gets it off. And so that's the end of the first half. Up by 11. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
24.
And fellas, talk to me. How good does it feel to get off to a hot start like this?
Well, I don't think any can relate, so I'll...
Let us take some time now to talk about the first half, a commanding performance for the home team. That's it for us.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. The visitors with the ball. They trail by 11. Here's Baldwin driving to the basket, and that one is hammered home.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better. You'll take it.
We've got Boban Marjanovic. Nico Melli is out there with Hayes. And it's Beberovic in a 2-guard. Counted from distance. Beberovic has got 5 now.
Proving once again, he is one of the best shooters in the league.
Here's Papanikolaou. Pass to Vezenkov. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in. He's got 11.
Yeah, it's easy to see why they go to him so often, because they know they can depend on him to come through for them.
They set the screen. Here's Melli. And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. And Fall gets it to go.
Good heads-up basketball. Sees an opening and capitalizes.
Here's Beberovic. He's got 5. And they pick up 2. Beberovic has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Something lit a fire under them at the half. They started this quarter going 3 for 3 from the floor.
Over a minute and a half now into this third quarter action. Here's Fournier. Shot from the low post is good. Fournier's got his second basket.
A nice start to the second half. They've made 3 out of their first 4 shots coming out of the break.
Screen by Marjanovic. Drains the triple.
And that's a defensive lapse. A shooter of his caliber can't be left wide open.
Over to the wing.
Away team foul. Baldwin. First personal foul. First team foul.
Right wing. Here's Papanikolaou. Basket counts.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
And that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. The visitors with the ball. 9-point game. And there's the drive. Baldwin. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
He's bringing a lot of energy to this offense, not letting the scoreboard discourage him right now.
He's going to keep putting up shots regardless of the score. That's the kind of player he is.
Pass to Vezenkov. Here's Fall. 5 to shoot. Here's Papanikolaou. He's defended by Hayes. It's stolen away. And Marjanovic, here we go. Fast break, here we go.
This is intelligent basketball. Forcing a turnover and then immediately starting the fast break.
And they go to the intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Here's Baldwin. He's got 15. Back to Hayes. Fires from deep. Fournier with a rebound.
And they just continue to dominate the boards.
Hayes has gone 1 for 3 from the field here. Here's Papanikolaou. Inside. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Ooh, that's a tough spot to be in as a defender. With that height disadvantage, it's very hard to protect the rim.
All right, let's check in with Ali LaForce.
We hear players proclaiming their love for the game, but former sharpshooter J.J. Redick said there's a distinction between loving the competition itself and loving the game and everything that goes into that. Guys say, I just want to play. Well, do you want to do all of the necessary things that lead up to that? Hey, Brian, 15 NBA seasons for Redick. He'd know.
He certainly would. Thanks, Ali. They set the pick. Fournier for 3. Sends it home from three-point land. Fournier's got 5 points now this quarter.
Oh, what a crafty move, causing the defender to pause right there.
Here's Baldwin. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And he has been on fire this quarter in terms of his scoring. Hopefully, that fire spreads to his other guys and they can rally.
Here's Papanikolaou. He's defended by Hayes. Here's Papanikolaou. He's got 10. Clock at 6. Drives to the hoop. Outside Fournier. And stolen by Hayes. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
You know, that was an excellent play right there, using his strength to power through contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. There's 10 seconds left in the third. Here's Dorsey. The 3. Buries it from 3. Dorsey's got 8. As we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Up 9. All right, we're going to step aside for just a second. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
He'll be proud of that one. Bigs love when their passing skills are noticed.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
He's off on that one.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot most possessions.
Here's Peters. He's guarded by Birch. Let's go with a 3. Drills it from deep.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
There's a screen by Birch. Oh, from deep. Drops in the three.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Here's Evans. He takes it in. Rebounded by Birch. About a minute and a half into the fourth now. And they're running. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
And I'll tell you what, the way they're able to pressure the ball and those quick hands, that's what led to an opening.
And as soon as they got the steal, it was off to the races. This is the aggressive mindset that the coaching staff encourages them to maintain.
To the wing on the left. Hayes for three. That shot is off. Here's Evans. Moving along. 2 minutes gone in the fourth.
Away team foul. Hayes. First personal foul. Second team foul.
So it's the home team now. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. From beyond the arc and then some. Dorsey's got 6 in the quarter.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
Baldwin's shot is off.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Here's Peters. The three is up. Sinks it from distance.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Here's Evans. A minute 50 left in the fourth. On target from range.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
With the way they're shooting, there's no need to look for any other shot. Just keep letting it rain.
He made the most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson.
Baldwin's gotten 5 of his 8 three-pointers to go in. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Peters, the three-pointer off the mark.
Good job by the D to stay with him and make that a tough three.
Here's Baldwin. Nails it from beyond the arc. Baldwin's got 18 points now here in the second half.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Should just about do it. Big time shot in the final stretches here.
Market time of death. Does that mean we get to officially enter garbage time? I vote hopefully yes.
Here's Dorsey. Launches it from deep. It's Hayes with the rebound. 44 seconds left in the final quarter. The three is up. Here's Marjanovic. The fader. Fournier with a rebound.
Well, that's what you get when you go for style points with a fadeaway. And look, he paid the price.
Fires from the wing. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
Assistant, Hayes.
They can simply hold on to the ball here.
No question, BA. They deserve the win.
So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen.
coverage of the NBA here on 2K Sports. A happy Sunday evening to you and yours. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. We've got the visiting team and Athens. Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Baldwin. Marjanovic is out there with Hayes. And it's Gutterich in at the shooting guard. Lucas covered by Hayes. Shot clock at 6. Goes back up. Good saving. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Pass to Gutterich for 3. That one's in. His first shot this game.
And drawing first blood, you know coach likes that momentum out of the gate.
Well, for us, it'll be interesting. Can they keep that kind of pace up all game long?
With the drive, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Now that's the way it's done. Take it up high and throw it down with everything you got.
That's right. He was not going to take the soft approach on that drive.
Well, not that wide open. You're given a juicy gift by the defense. You got to sink your teeth into it.
A nice shot by Baldwin.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Baldwin's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land. A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. To the left side wing. Athens moving the ball around. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Tipped away. And now Athens on the break. Here's Osman. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. And he makes that one. Baldwin's got 5 points so far.
Offense clicking early here. 3 for 4 to start this one.
Over to the left wing. Osman drains the three-pointer.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You've got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Here's Gutterich. 6 to shoot, and the ball ends up out of bounds. They'll keep possession.
Great energy on the deflection, and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
That one good for 2. He's got 7.
Assisted by Hayes.
And here is Athens now. They trail by 3. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in.
2 minutes.
From the arc, another 3 for Athens.
This is what he does. Find space on the perimeter and then sink the 3.
Here's Baldwin. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Launches a 3. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. One-on-one fast break. Here's Hayes. Second shot opportunity. Pass to Baldwin from past the arc. No good on that one. Now Athens with it. There's Lucas. And the 3 ball is good. So it's the visitors now. It's a 3-point game. They set the pick. A nice shot by Baldwin. Baldwin's got 9.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter.
Away team foul. Gutterich. First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
And the ball travels out of bounds. Turnover.
Goes to the away
Yeah, that's a
team.
tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
There's 45 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Colson. Here's Biberovic. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. 20 seconds left to play in the first quarter. It's good.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
This one for three. Bangs home the trifecta. Takes a three. 4 seconds left, and he bangs it home with one hand.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Athens ahead, leading by just 2. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Athens.
Right off the bat, they're going after the ball, looking to jump into the passing lanes and create some steals in transition.
They've also done a great job of taking turnovers and producing out of that, working really hard that they're not wasting extra chances that they're creating.
And the basket is good. Nunn's got 4 this quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Defended by Nunn. Driving in. Shot clock at 5. It's hauled in by Athens. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. Athens shooting their first free throw of the evening. Athens leading by 4. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Lays it up off the glass. Nunn's got 6.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Stolen by Grant. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. A wide open shot from Hernan Gomez. Drains it from beyond the arc. Hernan Gomez has got the lead up to 9 now for Athens. Pass to Melly, and they get it. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. Now Nunn. 6 points for him. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Shanla off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Assist goes to
Athens leading by 7. Now, here's Nunn. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Grant. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Grant's got the lead back up to 9 now for Athens. Here's Biberovic. There's a good screen. And no good. Biberovic has gone 1 of 3 from the field.
Away team foul. First personal foul. Second team foul. Coming onto the floor for the away team, number 32.
And here's Nunn.
32.
Pass to Grant. Out left to the wing. Good on the triple. And Athens leads by 12.
And they're not afraid to let it fly from deep. They're looking to extend their lead with the 3 ball here in the second quarter.
Here's Biberovic. It's deflected.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Grant kicks to Hernan Gomez. Over to the left wing.
Away team foul. Colson. First personal foul. Third team foul.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Back to Grant. Poke loose.
Well, aside from that possession, they've done a pretty good job of keeping the turnovers way down this game.
And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. On the free throw, no good. Athens leading by 10. The tray gets it to go. That one good from Nunn. Nunn's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Here's Biberovic. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
For Athens, they've gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Defended by Nunn. The 3-ball. Knocks down the 3-ball. Biberovic has got 8.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Grant surveying the D. 24 seconds left to play in the first half.
And give it up for the little fella on the inside there. Great rebound, even though he had to really fight for it.
Here's Colson. He's covered by Grant. Belly. Offensive rebound. Jacks up a 3. Drills the three-pointer.
3 points.
Hernan Gomez with the ball. 1 second left. Count it! He caught it!
That's how you do it. Stay patient, wait for the opportunity, and boom.
That's exactly how you want to close out the quarter, too, with some confidence.
And we've reached halftime in this one. Athens leads by 9. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see.
These first-year guys, very impressive so far. Now it is, who can sustain this level of play? And the key is to follow your...
All right, looking back now at that first half, a bit of a hill to climb for the visiting team.
They've been...
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Athens leading by 9. We've got Yurtsevin, and it's Osman in at the force line. The 3 drills it from outside. 6 points for him.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
You've got Hayes. Bojanovic is out there with Baldwin, and it's Gutteridge in at the 2 spot. Pass to Baldwin. 6 on the shot clock, and it goes down 2 points.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
And for Athens, we've got Yurtsevin, and it's Osman in at the 4 spot. Athens needs to get a shot off. Fires from the corner. That shot no good.
Well, shots like that drive coaches batting. I'll be shocked if he attempts that shot again.
Right wing. Another 3 for Athens.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Here's Baldwin. He's covered by Brown. Baldwin the pass to Hayes. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Hayes has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Athens leading by 10. steal. Here's Baldwin. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Baldwin's got 13.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Here's Osman. And that one is hammered home.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. A rebound by Marjanovic.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Pass to Baldwin. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Athens.
And the three-pointer has not been his weapon in this one. He had 1 in the first quarter and still 0 here in the second.
Now Brown.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
1:57 left in the third quarter of the game. Clock at 6. That's tipped. And they're moving it up. Here's Baldwin. Off target from three-point range. Athens leading by 8. Slukas guarded by Marjanovic. Pass to Yurtsevin. There's Slukas. And he's good on the 3-ball. 10 points in the game so far.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
A nice shot by Baldwin.
Well, that equals his 3-point total from the first half. He had 1 before the break, and that's his first 3 of this half.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off. 59 seconds left in the third quarter. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. And so it looks like Athens will retain possession here. 40 seconds left to play in the third. There's Slukas. Pass to Osman. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's the 3. A rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Hayes the pass to Gutteridge. 3-pointer. Good on the 3-point shot. Now just a 5-point Athens lead. Gutteridge has gone a perfect 2 of 2 from the arc. Pass to Osman. And here is Yurtsevin. Beyond the arc. And no good on the last second attempt this time. Well, points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Athens ahead. They're up by 5. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this way?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us.
Coming out of the floor for Athens.
The visitors with the ball, trailing by 5. Pass to Biberovic. Shot clock at 6. He takes it in, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Here's Nunn. Uses both hands to slam it down.
An aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. They set the pick. Inside. Here's Coulson, and he stops it. What a pass to set him up.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. Going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
Here's Nunn. Pass to Osman. It's stolen. Grant up top. And so it looks like Athens will retain possession here. Here's a look at the schedule for Athens. On Sunday, then on Sunday.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
Defended by Nunn. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Osman kicks to Grant. So the wing on the left shoots the three. It's good, and it's his sixth make against 11 attempts.
Now, the D has done a very poor job at contesting him from outside, guys. He's tearing into them right now, and they cannot stop him.
It's good. Biberovic has got 5 points in the quarter.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Now Nunn. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
There's the pick. Pass to Melly. To the left wing. Here's Biberovic. Offensive rebound. Athens leading by 7. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in, and now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
First team foul. Substitution.
Here's Grant.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
There's the drive and the dunk by Grant.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here. Here's Baldwin. Hits it from three-point range. Baldwin's got 23.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Athens.
They're still slashing and attacking the rim, and the defense yet to make the adjustment and keep the ball in front.
Well, the three-point shot has been absolutely huge for them this entire game. And let's be honest, you have to knock down threes to win games these days.
Launches from deep. A shot, no good.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed. And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand, and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Swiped away. Here's Osman. It's good from long range. Osman's got the lead up to 13 now for Athens.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Here's Nunn. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal foul.
Yeah, nice strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
And that free throw good from Nunn.
Taking 2 shots.
And so Nunn nails both of them. 52 seconds left in the game. Here's Baldwin. Offline with his three. Now Athens with it. Takes the three. And that one's good. Osman. And Athens leads by 15.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
There's Lucas. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Here's Baldwin. No good with the triple. Here's Osman. Here's Dunn. No good on the triple. So it's Athens winning this one easily. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clip.
Welcome all. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action coming up for you. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce with us on the sidelines. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Here's Osman. Three-pointer. Knocks down the triple.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Here's Papanikolaou. Fournier for three. Missed it. Now 0 for 1 in this game. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, here's what the head coach for Athens told me earlier. Yeah, guys, Coach mentioned how Domantas Sabonis can be a game wrecker in the paint. Coach told me we need to get big bodies on Sabonis and force him outside, make him move around. We need to knock him off the blocks if we can. So it sounds like the defensive game plan may revolve around Sabonis, guys.
And Allie, thank you for that. And just over a minute played here to start the game. Jacks up a three. It's hauled in by Fall. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
On the wing, Fournier. No good with the triple. On offense, here is Athens. About 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Athens foul called. Number 40. First personal foul. First team foul.
They set the pick. Lets it go from deep. Hits the trifecta. Fournier's got 6.
That's Fournier's specialty. The long-distance bomb that really hand-ties defenses.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And they're on the run from outside the arc. Hits a three-pointer. 9 points in the game.
Yeah, their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Osman on the wing. Fournier covering. Back to Osman. 4 on the clock. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. Osman's gotten his second bucket.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Gets the 3 ball to go.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Pass to Osman. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Fournier. He's got 12. They get the rebound.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
It's 7 a screen. Pulls it. And that one no good to start off tonight.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Athens trails by 4. To the left wing. 41 seconds left now in the first quarter. Snatched up. Pass to Osman. You're 7, a screen on Fournier. Here's Osman. No good on the triple. Osman's gone 2 of 5 from the floor. Here's Vezinkov. And here is Fournier. Takes a 3. He buries it from 3. Fournier's got 15.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all this work from behind the arc.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Up 7. Don't go away. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Athens trails by 10. Nunn with a bucket. Nunn's gotten his first bucket of the night.
He's a potent mix of effort and ability. Hard to shut down a player of his caliber.
Here's Peters. No good with a layup. On offense, here is Athens. Grant outside. And he dunks it down.
An explosive finish for a big man who doesn't always take it to the rim hard.
Yeah, he has the appropriate size to attack the rim, but he usually doesn't.
Well, he certainly attacked it that time. I mean, that's what they want to see more from him.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is...
Oh, man. What a punch that was.
Bad intentions.
BA, forget about attempting the long-range three to cut into that lead. Just attack the rim, my man.
Man, that was sweet.
Exercising his authority.
First personal foul, second team foul.
A minute and a half gone in the second quarter. Defended by Brown. Uneasy, too, on the layup.
Cashing in on the interior, making it look all too easy.
Now here's Nunn. He's covered closely. And down it goes. 2 points. Nunn's got 6.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
Into the lane. And Dorsey gets it to go. Athens trails by 8. Outside Nunn. They set a pick. Fires for 3. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Oh, nothing soft about that.
Was not going to be denied. Just took the dunk that was right in front of him.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Here's Dorsey. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Now here's Nunn. The D's right on him. He drops it from range. He's got 7.
It's important that you have big men who can shoot in this day and age, and this guy can really stretch the floor.
Here's Evans. Nunn defends. Evans, that's good.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. Now here's Nunn, guarded closely. Shot clock at 6. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Just great energy on the offensive glass. That's exactly how you cut into a lead.
Boy, a slam like that is sure to give them a spark.
Which is a spark they desperately need. They've got to ramp up the intensity.
The shot by Evans, no good. Athens trails by 5. Here's Grant. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Here's Peters. No points yet. The 3-ball. The shot, no good. And so Grant will bring it up for Athens. Oh, he's locked in. Drains his 5th shot in as many attempts.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time. Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Outside Nunn. From deep. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Oh, man. He got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open.
And I like it. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in there, but
3 points.
For me, I don't mind a little extra.
Oh, nice feed. On time and on target.
For 3. That one is off. Got it up. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Leading by 5. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Thanks for being with us, and let's get... Guys, how about our winner from the Western Conference?
Plenty of LOVE. That's what you can do about this game.
And now let's discuss this game. Talk about a strong start for the visiting team.
They're clicking.
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. Man, you got to like what we're seeing from Evan Fournier.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
For the away team, Panathinaikos.
He's perfect from the line this time. Athens trails by 7. Fournier covering. Driving in. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Defensive foul.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Pass to Vizenkov. Another shot. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Now here's Hernan Gomez. Knocks it down from distance.
Hey, I'm stating the obvious here, but he was very comfortable taking that shot. Not a defender in sight.
Here's Vizenkov. Still no points. Here's Papanikolaou. Takes it inside.
And sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here. Hanging up there like that.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
To the inside. Osman. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
He almost brought the basket down on top of himself.
Oh, there's hang time, and then there's a time to hang.
Well, you got to make that moment last. Enjoy it for as long as you can.
And he's going to the line for 2. And here comes the coach's challenge. He disagrees with the foul. He does not hesitate to ask for a second look. It's a pretty heated game. Every call matters.
The play is under video review under NBA rules. The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
Still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed.
Clever, crafty defense. He saw that pass coming before it was even made.
Here's Osman. Give him 8. Hernan Gomez on the wing. Fournier covering. Hernan Gomez, the pass to Yurtseven. Clock is at 3. The 3. The rebound by Vizenkov. Pass to Fall. Yep, count it. Fall's got his first 2 points.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Fournier covering. Now Hernan Gomez. Here's Osman. Hernan Gomez sets a screen to the middle. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Hernan Gomez has got 5 now. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Here he goes. And a two-handed jam.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Fournier covering. Pass to Hernan Gomez. You're at 7 with the ball. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Osman. Off target from 3-point range. Osman's gotten 3 of his 8 shots to go. To the right side. Here's Vasenkov. Still without a bucket.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
2-for-1 opportunity here.
Hey, if I'm in their shoes, I go for it.
Here's Papanikolaou. Give him 8. Pass to Fournier. He hits it just before the shot clock expires. 17 points in the game.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
Strong performance from him, but he may need to do even more if they're going to win this game.
Going inside. Boom! He jams it straight down.
I just love the strong finish there inside.
Man, he's got that dunker's mindset, doesn't he? Always ready to pounce.
An absolutely tremendous athlete, able to go up and finish over the big.
Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third. Both teams putting up some points. Leading by 9. After a quick break, we're coming right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. All right, a chance to check out the upcoming schedule for Athens. On Sunday, then on Tuesday.
Number 44.
The first one falls. And he makes both free throws. Here's Evans. Here's Dorsey. Releases. Oh, he finds himself wide open and drills it.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Pass to Nunn. That one's good for 2.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Here's Dorsey. And off the front iron, and in it goes. And so Grant will bring it up for Athens. 9-point game. Oh, Grant throws it down.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Checking in.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, completely the brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Athens trails by 9. Fournier covering. There's a screen. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Ooh, had a nice open look right there.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
The visitors with the ball. Here's Dorsey. Six to shoot. Launches a three. Gets hauled in by Athens. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. The kick out to Fournier. Pass to Nunn.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Fournier covering. Powered down with both hands.
Okay, was anybody expecting that? I know I wasn't.
I wasn't either. He may have even surprised himself with that one.
Takes creativity and spontaneity. The ability to make it up on the fly, that's special.
Fournier covering. Beyond the arc. Connects from downtown.
And I think the crowd is admiring the long-range dribbling.
Unbelievable couple of possessions here. I mean, the energy in here really starting to boil.
With the drive, it's tipped. And an intentional foul right there.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Grant outside. Cash! And he's brought them within 2 points now.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game.
Yes. Man, where's the effort on the defensive end? You gotta play harder than that.
Yeah, you know, it's made for a fun game, but you're right. You're exactly right. I mean, the defense has been non-existent.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, BA.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
The officials were right on top of that.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And Athens making a change here. Brown's checked in. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
2-possession game now, guys. Some very important free throws there.
And right here, they can't waste any time.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul.
Hey, here's Nunn for 3. It's not going to go for him.
Athens foul called. Number 44. Second personal foul. Third team foul.
He gets the first, and that puts him up 5.
For the away team, Peter.
Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Sensing an opportunity here to increase the lead and capitalizing on it.
And here's Brown for 3, and it's in. What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3.
Good decision-making. Scopes the situation, puts the pass right on the mark.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
And you know what? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late-game free throws are a lot different than early-game free throws in terms of making them.
Huge moment. He steps up and sinks the final daggers.
No good on the 3. Here's Peters. The visiting club takes the win on the road.
That's the end.
This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory.
It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On the sidelines, it's David Aldridge. We've got the visiting team facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Evan Fournier, and it's Vezenkov at the four-man position.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want.
And it's a great finish!
Oh, my.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, good job to take it right at him.
First free throw is good.
The away team, Panathinaikos, 2 shots.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Baldwin. There's the pick. Lets it go with the 3. And it's Vezenkov with the rebound. We're about 1 minute into the first. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Drives to the hoop. It's blocked, and they'll get another chance. Federic the pass to Melly. The 3, 5 to shoot. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Outside Fournier. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Baldwin looking for the opening. Melly passes to Baldwin. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
And that's going to be a travel. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. That's good for his 3rd bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Fires top of the key. This one for 3. And it's Vezenkov with the rebound. Outside Fournier. Out to the right wing.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Here's Papanikolaou. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Papanikolaou's got 5 now.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the ball.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter.
Wow, that's a tough foul to take there. That gives him 2 early on, and the coach might have to cut his minutes a bit.
Pass to fall. Here's Papanikolaou. He has 5 to the paint. 5 on the clock. Now Fournier. They set the pick. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. He's got 5.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Oh, look at him punish that rim. Pass to Fall. And the rejection by Marjanovic. 46 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Baldwin. Here's Gutteridge. He's guarded by Fournier. Marjanovic, a screen on Fournier. Gutteridge can't get it to go. Now here's Fournier. He's covered closely. Takes the 3. Good on the triple. Vezenkov's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Takes it inside. Here's Melly. The 3. Fall with the rebound. And here comes the break. And he jams it with authority.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. They're up by 8. And the second quarter will get on. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
Here's Dorsey. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Dorsey's got his first 2 points of the night. Covered by Evans. Here's the screen from downtown. Connects from three-point range.
Well, clearly some sort of defensive breakdown there. He is not the kind of guy you give room to at the arc.
Dorsey passes to Evans. And Evans with a stuff.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Yeah, they've gotten into a nice flow this quarter.
And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Dorsey. Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does great.
First personal foul. First team foul. Coming onto the floor for your home team.
About a minute and a half into the second quarter now. To the middle. To the right side. Dorsey, that's good. Dorsey's got 5 points so far.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Pass to Hayes. Launches a 3. They get it again. There's the 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. He's got 8.
Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
To the inside. Fast break, here we go. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
Just a heroic scoring effort from him this quarter. He's doing everything he can to will them back into this game.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Second team foul.
On Sunday, then on Thursday.
And no secret that this team can be very tough in their own building. That's good news as they are loaded up with home games over the next stretch. This is a chance to create some separation.
a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. For three. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from there.
Here's Dorsey. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
He's with it. No scoring in this one. Drills the three-pointer.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
And Dorsey kicks to Evans. Takes a 3. The rebound by Biberovic. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Missed inside. Deflects the pass.
Away team foul. Dorsey. First personal foul, second team foul.
First one falls for. And so he makes both from the line.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
And Dorsey kicks to Evans. To the wing right side. Here's Dorsey. Trains the three-pointer. Dorsey's got 10 points in the quarter.
Well, his offense is carrying them right now. And even with the defense keying on him, he's making great adjustments on the fly.
Covered by Evans. 6 on the shot clock. Inside. Takes the 13-footer. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
Well, he sends it inside where they can get a high percentage look. That's just great basketball.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. To the paint, all alone. Yes, that goes in. Evans has got his second basket of the game.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening. And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Leading by just 2. And we'll be back with the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Some real doozies on that list. Which are you looking forward to, Shaq?
I'd rather not say, Ernie. I don't want to make it. We need a department store intercom. Attention all ballers, attention all ballers. We have a missing defense. Paging the defense, paging the defense.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Hart.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. We've got Colson. Marjanovic is out there with Baldwin, and it's Melly in at the 4. They set the screen for 3. Fournier knocks down the 3 ball. Fournier's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, that's basically a warm-up 3 for him. The defense can't allow him that caliber of attempt.
They've got Fall, and it's Papanikolaou in at the 3. Baldwin the pass to Colson. Here's Baldwin. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Melly. And it's off from 3-point range. Melly's gone 1 of 3 on the night. We've got Baldwin. Olsen out there with Marjanovic. And it's Gutterich in at the 2 spot. Here's Vezenkov. He's got 5. Here's Panathinaikos. It's stolen by Marjanovic, all by himself. We've got Evan Fournier, and it's Fall in at the 5, roaming the paint. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. We've got Colson. Baldwin out there with Marjanovic. And it's Gutterich in at the 2. They get the rebound. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush. Perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
They've got Fall. And it's Vezenkov in a power forward position.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. You've got Baldwin. Marjanovic is out there with Colson. And it's Melly in at the 4. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
You've got Evan Fournier, and it's Vezenkov in at the 4 slot. Baldwin the pass to Colson. Here's Baldwin. And it's Vezenkov with the rebound. Vezenkov's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Domantas Sabonis set the longest double-double streak in over half a century last season with 61 straight double-doubles. He said it's awesome to be mentioned with the greats. It's my job as a big man to get rebounds and to finish. At the end of the day, we're just out there to win. Kevin?
Thank you, David. That double-double streak was a blast to watch. Historic in so many ways.
2 shots.
Both good from the line that time.
Number 33, Nikola Milutinov.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. From outside the arc, it's rebounded by Baldwin.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one.
2 minutes remaining.
Baldwin's gone 6 of 11 tonight. More makes than misses. And here's Fournier. 10 points for him. To the middle. Here's Vezenkov. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Vezenkov's got 7 points.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Baldwin kicks to Marjanovic. And he gets it to go from the high post.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
1:22 left to play in the third.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Here's Vezenkov. Drops in the tray. Vezenkov's got 5 points now this quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
They get it back. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Fires for 3. A nice shot by Baldwin. 15 points in the game.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
32 seconds left in the third. Pass to Peters. Fires the 3. The shot comes out. Here's Baldwin. 15 points in the game. Jacks up a three. He can't hit that time. Now Evans. Knocks it loose. Here's Colson. Over Evans. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal foul.
Oh, the officials are all over that.
And he knocks down the first one.
Your home team, Colson. 2 shots.
He hits both from the stripe. It could go. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great passer.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. He got Hayes, and it's Gutterich in at the 3, the small forward.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
And there's the drive. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution. I mean, come on, that's a shot you expect him to make.
Evans passes to Dorsey. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Here's Baldwin, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Evans feeling it out a bit. Pass to Dorsey. They set the pick. Ball stolen. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now.
Yeah, the defender all over
Dorsey. Second personal foul, first team foul.
The first one falls.
Your home team, Hayes, taking 2 shots.
Hayes hits them both. Now Dorsey. Off on the layup.
Wow, missed opportunity from point-blank range. You gotta make those.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Personal foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Lets it go from deep.
And they struggled from three-point range here in the second half, and it's making it that much harder for them to chip away at that lead.
A nice shot by Gutterich.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Here's Dorsey. That's good again. His 7th basket, 7 for 10 from the floor.
Has he risen to the challenge down the stretch, or what? 3 or 4 here in the fourth.
Here's Baldwin. Fires from deep. Drills it from outside. Baldwin's got 20 points.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Well, it's always a big plus when you have point guards that can attack the rim like that. Puts so much pressure on the defense.
Dorsey, that's good.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Pass to Biberovic. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Gutterich. Banked in off the glass. Gutterich has got 5 points in the quarter.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
Yeah, you can see it in the hustle stat. These guys have come out with a different mindset and seem much more motivated here in the second half.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yeah, big play on the front end to finish, despite getting hacked there, and big on the back end to hit the free throw.
So they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Down low, Sean. Nice fake with the layup off the mark. Not loose. 1:05 left to play here in the fourth. Evans kicks to Fournier. From the arc. Nailed from three-point land.
Well, he's got the green light for shots like that. Give him some room and let it rip.
Puts up a deep three. Was shot by Biberovic, no good. Shoots the three. Here's Peters. From deep. And he's good on the three ball.
That one's going to be the final dagger, and these guys can now celebrate.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to let up, and I like that. Keep pouring it on.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Cans it from downtown. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really...
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Brian Anderson. I'm here with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, our reporter, Allie LaForce. We've got the visitors facing the home team and the starting group for Athens. Back to Osman. There's the three. No good that time. Here's Baldwin to the inside. Here's Melli. Pass to Marjanovic. Here's Guduric. And he goes in for the dunk.
And he's playing the game with a certain flair right now.
Oh, he caps off the move with a little hang time on the rim. Osman on the wing. Brown passes to Osman. And now just over a minute played here in the first.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Sends it home from three-point land.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Fires the three. Guduric can't hit. And again, it's Athens with a three.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
Pass to Marjanovic. From downtown, he drops it from range.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Gets 7 a screen, and he drives in. Just 5 on the clock. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's Melli. Here's Baldwin. Pass to Guduric. Here's Baldwin. Second chance shot. And the layup is up and in.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Goes back up. Osman, no good.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Pass to Melli. Here's Baldwin. Counted from distance. Baldwin's got 5 now.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Here's Marjanovic. From the arc. 1:27 left in the first. Over to the left wing. Here's Melli. Drains the triple. Melli's got his second basket on the night.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
First personal foul. First team foul. .107 left to play in the first.
looking to win the run. Gets the three to fall. He's got 9.
He is now 3 for 4 to start this game. Clearly, the confidence is already building.
Foul call. First personal foul. First team foul.
51 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Baldwin. No good on the fadeaway.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Clock at 6. Here's Osman. No points so far. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Here's Goodrich. Three-pointer, no good. Shot is up. Cans it from the wing. Just 4 seconds left in the first quarter here. He gets it up. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Up by 2. And the And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, they clearly came into this game focused on sharing the ball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well. So the D giving him a little bit of space beyond the three-point line, and that's all the room he needs.
And for Athens, the basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line, a chance at a three-point play.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Hayes for 3. That won't go. Misses his first shot of the game. And stolen by Hayes. In transition, here they come. And Babarovic gets it to go. Babarovic has got 6 here in the quarter.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Outside none. Driving inside, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
I mean, that was just terrific work to stay in control and finish.
And he's gone 1 for 1 in the game so far at the line. Here's Babarovic. The long distance 3 is buried. Babarovic has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
On the attack, none. Unable to get that one.
Great contest by the defender, but that's a dunk you've got to put down in his face.
Hayes for 3. Hits the trifecta. Hayes has got his first 3 points of the game.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Oh, Grant throws it down.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Here's Babarovic. That 3's off the mark. Athens trails by 4. Oh, wow! Oh, there's a killer 2-hand slam.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy, focused on finishing firm at the rim. Here's none. Misses the layup. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Hayes for 3. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Outside none. And there's a pick. Inside. Just 4 to shoot. On the take, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Hayes for 3. The rebound by Nunn. Athens trails by 5.
Home team foul. Number 21. First personal foul. Third team foul.
.149 left to play in the first half of basketball. From deep three-point land. Offensive rebound. And he throws it down with one hand.
And it's so hard to stop the putback when you let him live at the rim like that.
Boy, once he gets his hands on it around the rim, it's too late.
How about the activity level, the effort level? This team right now feeding off his energy.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Well, that's 2 fouls on him early. He'll have to be careful not to pick up another one.
Athens shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
He does a great job of drawing contact and getting himself to the line, something he didn't do in the first period. An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Here's Baberovic. Arms length from the hoop. He knocks it down.
And you'd think their lead would hold as long as they continue to shoot like this.
Here's the pick. To the paint. And he jams it home with authority.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
Well, for the most part, they've taken care of the ball. I mean, that's one of the few mistakes they've made in what has been a good half.
Athens trails by 4.
Bad foul. That's not who you want to send to the line.
Athens shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. And he makes the first.
Getting themselves to the line this quarter is a good way to get their offense rolling.
It's both from the stripe. There's 42 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Grant with a steal. Outside Nunn. He shoots. Grant outside. There's a screen. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. Grant's got 6. We've got 22 seconds left in the second period. Grant's gotten all 3 of his shots to fall. 3 for 3. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by Athens. 3 on 3. This one for 3. That shot missing. And that'll do it for the first half. This game is tied. And we'll be back right after this.
Athens. 37. Please direct your...
Thanks for tuning in. Now it's...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. We've got Boban Marjanovic, and it's Baldwin in at the point. And it's all from three-point range. And so it's Athens with it, and for Athens, here's Osman. And the three-pointer goes.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Pass to Baldwin. Chalk up 2 there. Baldwin's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
There's a screen. And there's the drive. That one goes. Count it.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Second half getting started. About a minute played. Here's Guduric. Back to Marjanovic. Pass to Guduric. Here's Melli. Takes the three. On target from range. Melli's got 9.
What was the defense thinking? I mean, that's the wrong guy to leave open.
Out left to the wing. To the left side wing. Five on the clock. Here's Yurtseven. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Yurtseven's got his first 2 points of the night.
Good, solid start to the half, hitting 3 out of 4.
Here's Baldwin. Sinks it from distance. Extremely competitive game thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes in total. I expect there to be more to come.
Yurtseven a screen. Here's Osman. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Osman's got 6 points in the quarter. Osman's gone 2 for 3 from deep. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
Here's Baldwin. Good. That's his 5th bucket in 9 attempts.
He came out of halftime with renewed focus, heating things up offensively.
And he drives in. Kick out to Brown. Offline with a 3.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Marjanovic passes to Melli. Launches it. The offensive rebound. Yep, that one goes. Marjanovic got his first points of the game.
Good things come to those who hustle. He creates the second chance opportunity.
3 minutes gone now in the third quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Baldwin, the pass to Marjanovic. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
Fires the 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. He has 7.
Now the D giving him a little bit of space beyond the three-point line, and that's all the room he needs.
Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
To the left wing. 6 on the shot clock. Osman on the wing. And again, it's Athens with a 3.
Here in the third, he's really started to heat up from the perimeter.
Here's Baldwin, defended by Brown. Pure from three-point range. Baldwin's got 15.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
Pass to Osman. Three-pointer. Baldwin with a rebound.
Yeah, he usually makes you pay from that range.
To the wing on the left. The 3 is up. Melli gets the bucket.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Fourth 3. It's hauled in by Marjanovic. Marjanovic got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Melli. Buries the corner 3. Melli's got 9 points now in the second half.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Out to the right wing. To stop the run. Nails it from 3.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. They lead by 3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. Athens trails by 6. Grant outside. Pass to Nunn. Banked it in off the glass.
They have a never-give-up attitude.
No doubt, keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
And for Athens, here's Baberovic. From outside, off the mark. Down low. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
And some very quick points for him on that possession.
You can feel the temperature rising in this arena. Both teams pouring it on offensively.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
To the inside. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
There's the triple. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
And a little over a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. From deep three-point land. It's hauled in by Athens. Left side, none. Misses from short range. And they've been moving the ball really well tonight.
Good things come to those who take good shots.
Pass to Hayes. Pulls up on the wing. And it goes straight through with a swish. Athens trails by 7. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Out to the wing. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Nice basic one-hander there.
Hey, I think he got some extra bounce off the ground on that one.
2 minutes.
From downtown. The shot that time not on target.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter. A deep three. It's hauled in by Athens.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Defended by Brown. Pass to Baberovic. From outside the arc. That's his 4th miss out of 10 attempts.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Kick out to Brown. Tipped away. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they retain possession. 1:07 left to play in the fourth quarter. They swipe it. Here's Baberovic. Misses the 3.
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
Pass to none. Back to Osman. To take the lead. It's kept alive. The kick out to none. Now here's Grant. He's defended by Hayes. Yes!
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Birch. Here's Baberovic, defended by Brown. And here's Hayes. Shot clock at 3. Here's Baberovic. Fires for 3. And buries it from deep.
And they aren't over the limit yet. And looking to even the score with a huge 3.
Greg, this is all about execution. Can you free an open man from the three-point line? That's what it comes down to.
He didn't have his feet planted.
First team foul.
Here's Nunn. Nails it.
Nice sequence off the inbound. Ball movement and player movement, creating the good look.
And